Hi, everybody. Coach Susan here with Big on Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. And I'm here for your Manifestation Monday video on the topic of hurt. You know that lump you get in your throat when somebody hurts your feelings? You know that feeling that you get when somebody hurts you unexpectedly or when somebody hurts you intentionally? Well, why do we experience that hurt or that pain? Why is that? And how do we eliminate the pain part of hurt? Or how do we remove being hurt altogether? Or how do we remove past hurts from past traumas? When we are experiencing pain, there's something to learn from that. So when we experience that pain, then we can process that emotion. If we do not process the emotion of pain through being hurt, then we're just going to harbor it and shove it down on the inside. We may think that we could deal with it at another time, but will we? Often we will not. We're just going to stifle it. We're just going to harbor it in our physical vessel. And then we're surprised when we have this physiological manifestation of an illness, of a sickness, of a situation. So when we are harboring inside our bodies hurt, we're not able to release it. So when we experience hurt, we experience this pain, there's only one way to get out of it. It's to transmute it. It's to process it. It's to release and let go of that stagnant energy that's trying to occupy our earth suits. So when we allow ourselves, when we give ourselves that freedom to explore that pain, even if it hurts, that is how we are going to have that freedom, is to experience that pain so we could let it go, so it leaves us and it leaves our physiological body and it leaves our mind and our heart space. But what about the hurt that we inflict on others? That pain that we give another person? That pain because we said something that wasn't so nice. Or maybe we said something intentionally knowing it wasn't so nice. So when we have this experience of feeling this pain within our earth suits, then we have the opportunity to let it go, to release it. And we also have the opportunity to disallow that from entering our bodies. We could refuse it. That's a transmutation of energy where we can turn that element off and never allow ourselves to get hurt at all. But few know how to do that. It is all completely energy based, to where something happens to you and you're like, Some people refer to it as the armor of God, to where it hits me and it bounces right off because I'm unaffected by it. So how do you do that? How do you transmute energy? How do you do that? It's a mindset. It's what you choose. It's what you choose in advance before somebody tries to hurt you. But when we're hurt and we have that pain and then we need to release it, that's also a mindset. It's a choice for us to release it. And when we're releasing this hurt and this pain, we're doing it for our own selves so that we can have levels of growth and expansion in our lives. So if we're going to continue to be hurt, then we're going to continue to be stuck. So when we allow ourselves to experience that pain, even if it hurts, hurt can hurt. Then we allow ourselves to have that form of expression. When we transmute that energy and we process that pain, we are letting ourselves off the hook from this whatever that happened. So when we look back and we go, oh my gosh, look what I did. I hurt this person over here. I said this. I was grumpy pants to that person. I did this. This was not nice. I could have done this, but I didn't do this. And then I ultimately hurt them, or I hurt an organization, or I hurt a company. I hurt them. I did these things. What do I do in that situation? Go back and let them know. Hey, you know what? That wasn't cool that I did that. Hey, I'm sorry that I did this to you. Boy, I could have been more compassionate to your situation. And then you may be thinking, well, the person that I hurt is no longer living. That's fine. Write them a note. Express it. Make your wrongs a right. So when we live in an incredible universe and karma is definitely present, then we are what? Releasing and letting go. We're going to release and let go of that hurt and of that pain, the pain that we've inflicted and hurt other individuals, as well as the pain and the hurt that we've allowed and accepted as our reality. And then we're harboring it. So when we need to release it from our earth suits and get this out so that we can have growth and expansion, then it's very necessary. So it's a task that's going to prevent you from getting stuck. So when you go around, you say, I need to transmute this and I need to clear out my energy. I need to do this. I'm bogged down. I keep thinking of this, keep thinking of this, keep thinking of this. Go to those individuals that you've wronged. Explain to them, you know what? I shouldn't have done that. And all in all, not being tied to the outcome or the result. You don't want to be like, hey, you know what? I hurt you. And then, oh, it's okay. You blah, blah, blah. And then give you a big hug. That is not the purpose of it. The purpose is for you to have to admit, hey, what I did wasn't so cool. And then you can look at the situation and then decide for yourself, you know what? I choose not to be a repeat offender. I'm going to choose not to do that again. Note to self, not going to do that again. So going forward and living a life of positivity instead of negativity. So every time that you yourself are grumpy and you hurt somebody else, you inflict pain or cause them, whether it's intentional or unintentional, that's not so important. It's that the act happened. So just like somebody else came into your life and they're the ones that inflicted that hurt and that pain that you're harboring on the inside, that you're holding on to this pain. I can never forgive this person because they did this to me and it hurt so bad. That's your choice. You could choose to, or you could choose not to. You have your own free will and you get to decide for yourself. I would hope that you would see past that. We all make mistakes. We're all human, right? We all make mistakes. We all do things that are bad. We all do things that are wrong. Some of our wrongs, you can't make a right out of it, but you can learn from it and have that element of takeaway, regardless of how severe it is. So when you go back to the people that you've wronged, you're like, hey, you know what? this I did, most of the time they're going to say, what? What did you, when was that? I don't remember that. And then they're going to be the situations, there's no way I'm going to ever forgive you. But remember, you are going to them, not so much to say, please forgive me, I did this. But you're saying, I admit I was wrong. I admit that I shouldn't have done that. You're not justifying anything. You're just saying, you know what? That was wrong for me to do that. I shouldn't have done it. And letting them know, hey, I shouldn't have done it. But you can also do other techniques and other elements to express what that is for feeling bad that you've wronged somebody. But again, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, well, they'll tell me, no way, I'm not forgiving you. No way. You could say all this you want. And then you get all upset. So in those type of situations, you're just going to maybe write a note. Maybe you're going to communicate with them anyway. You get to decide what that looks like. The important thing is that the universe and God is going to understand and interpret that you are being changed because you're taking accountability for your actions, even though that person may get upset. So when somebody comes in the situation and then they cause hurt and pain to you, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't get up out of bed. This has destroyed my life. My life completely changed. I, have no money. I lost this. This is what happened. No longer can I do this. You know what? That may partially be the situation. But having that housed within you and harboring it is going to do zero good to your life, do zero good to your expansion, do zero good to your growth. So we need to embrace that. You know what? Yeah, that was really horrible that this person caused this thing to me. Unbeknownst to me, this is the occurrence that happened in me. So you got to be thinking, well, is there something you can do about it? If there's not, then why are you holding on to it? So sometimes things happen in life. We get hurt really bad, and a bad thing happens. And sometimes it takes us a little bit to work through that. But when we choose and we elect not to process that emotion or not to address that issue, then it just stays within us. And then frequently it will manifest in something very horrible physically. So we have to allow ourselves to get that out. And then we have to allow ourselves to have the state of mind and to be in a healthy mindset to where future things that are coming up will not affect us at all. So we have to deal with that old stuff from the past, and then the things that come up in the future or in the present, we're not so affected by it. We'd be like, hey, you know what? I'm just not going to allow myself to get hurt anymore. It's not that you're shutting down and you're pulling back and you're staying inside and you're closing the drapes. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that to energetically feel that I'm just not going to allow that. Wow, I'm sorry you're having a bad day. I could see here that maybe you're being a little bit malicious and you're trying to hurt me, but I'm just not going to be moved by that. I'm not going to allow myself to go there and be like, oh, I'm going to rise above it and see it for what it is and be like, okay, well, guess we're not hanging out anymore. Guess we're not going to do this or do that, but you're not going to allow that pain to be harbored on the inside. So go and try to make amends and make your wrongs right. Do these things. There's so many facets to this, but all of it is very healing for you. Process those emotions. It doesn't feel good. So I'm like, oh gosh, I'm just really looking forward to processing all my past traumas and all my hurts. It's not like that. But that release and that the joy that comes up out of you when you create and you pull and extract those emotions, and then you're creating this element of space. And so that's where the goodness happens. The joy comes into your life. Love can even come into your life. You have now that space for beautiful things to occur. And then you're a happier being. Like I say, nobody knows what tomorrow looks like. Nobody knows if you're even going to be alive tomorrow. So what are you waiting for? So now is the time to live the life that you've been designed to live. Be that overcomer that's overcoming these elements of hardships. Do these things for yourself and be the better you. If you need help to go through this process about elimination and all the stuff and resources and tools that to do these things to help yourself, please reach out to me. I'm Coach Susan with Big on Results Coaching, and I really care. And I want you to have that freedom that these type of tasks will allow in your life. Nobody gets through this life without getting hurt. But what are you doing for the old hurt? And what are you doing to prevent new hurt? Are you doing anything? You need to have a plan and a system. So your free will can kick in and do these things for you so you could be healthy. People are watching you. They're seeing how you're handling things. They're watching you and wanting to know, wow, how did she do that great thing? Or how did he get past this? They're watching you. They're also watching if you are pissed off, grumpy, upset because somebody wronged you. They're watching that too. They're also watching you get high blood pressure and maybe have some cardiac issues. So what are you doing? What works to your highest good? Reach out to me if you need me. I'm Coach Susan. Until next Monday.